Special thanks to Patreon supporter BrickBros 2016 for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Westland Sea King. The Westland WS-61 Sea King is a British license-built version of the American WS-61 helicopter of the same name, built by Westland Helicopters. The aircraft differs considerably from the American version, with Rolls-Royce Genome engines derived from the US General Electric T-58 engines, British-made anti-submarine warfare systems, and a fully computerized flight control system. The Sea King was primarily designed for performing anti-submarine warfare missions. A Sea King variant was adopted by Westland as a troop transport known as the Commando. In British service, the Westland Sea King provided a wide range of services in both the Royal Navy and Royal Air Force, as well as wartime roles in the Falklands War, the Gulf War, and the Balkans conflict, the Iraq War, and the Afghanistan War. The Sea King is perhaps most well known in its capacity as a Royal Navy Search and Rescue, Red and Grey Livery, and RAF Search and Rescue Force, Yellow Livery helicopter. The Sea King was also adopted to meet the Royal Navy's requirements for a ship-based airborne early warning platform. On the 26th September 2018, the last remaining Sea King variant in Royal Navy service was retired. Most operators have replaced or are planning to replace the Sea King with more modern helicopters such as the NH Industries NH-90 and the Augusta Westland AW-101. Heavily operations continue to operate two Mark V Sea Kings based at RNAS Portland, training Federal German Navy pilots. So yeah, a very interesting aircraft. As you can see, the version in front of us here, we have the RAF Rescue version. As when you look at the Westland Sea King, the most you're going to see is pictures of the yellow designed Royal Air Force Search and Rescue Force design, and that's what we have here in front of us. I also think it's kind of a unique color. You don't see too many helicopters in military service that do have a yellow type color scheme. So I thought it was really unique, and I wanted to definitely build it for you guys in this color scheme. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, really interesting aircraft, and first entered service in about 1969, so late 1960s, and is currently retired. So really cool aircraft, and a lot of cool little history for it, and obviously a very important aircraft being search and rescue in that sort of sense. Anyways, going ahead and moving on, I want to go and give special thanks to this video's Patreon supporter, BrickBros 2016, for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month and earn a viewer request of your choosing, depending on what tier you decide to sub to. It helps support my content and the work I do on the channel, and you also earn a vehicle request of your choice, so it's kind of a win-win for the both of us here, and it's definitely much appreciated. So again, big thanks to BrickBros 2016. Anyways, going ahead and moving into taking a look at the aircraft, there's a lot of good detail in it, and one thing interesting about the helicopter is it's got a lot of differences, so both sides are not the same, which definitely makes it unique. But yeah, really cool aircraft. Going ahead and start off with, we have obviously the front cockpit here. Again, nothing too fancy with it, pretty standard and straightforward. As we move to the side here, we have obviously RAF written on the side here, Royal Air Force, and all that. Up top here, we have the engines, so intakes here for the engines, and obviously the engine come back here and the exhaust right there. Pretty straightforward stuff. And then on the side here, we have the little pylons that come out, and the wheels, which are kind of mounted on these type of pod type designs on the hard points that kind of stick out on both sides there. And going ahead and continue on, we have one of the doors that could be opened up. Actually, I believe there's only one door, and it's on the right side of the helicopter, and then the left side over here is just pretty much flat and straight. It's also got these little kind of bubble windows here on both sides here. I imagine probably for looking out, observing, stuff like that. This is a search and rescue helicopter. You probably have observers looking, somebody was missing at sea or something like that. It's also got a kind of a radome on top here, so I imagine some type of radar system here mounted on the top spine of the helicopter. Various little instruments, little antennas and stuff like that. We have the bottom wheel here, which is fixed. It doesn't fold up into the aircraft at all. And then back here we have a horizontal stabilizer and the rear, the rear tail prop. And then we have the props themselves up above here. As you can see, the RNA 5, prop configuration which definitely is a little tricky to make it look right, but I think it looks pretty decent for what we're going for. And of course we have the landed version as well, so with the weighted rotors kind of hanging down a little bit, and also with the landing gear deployed for you guys as well. So you have the options of including both those, and whatever you guys really want to do for it, you'll basically have those options. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll be going ahead and beginning with layer number 3. Now we're starting with layer 3 because it gives us a better basis to base our future layers off for the tutorial. You guys will kind of see as we build this, it kind of gives you a good understanding of how big the aircraft is, and basically adding their layers on it's going to be a lot easier. One thing I also want to mention is if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I structure these tutorials, I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is I'll be building the entire right side of the aircraft, and then leaving the air side of the aircraft, the left side, for you guys to copy over. Now there are some differences between the two sides, and I will cover those in detail when we get to those, and possibly build whole sections as needed to show you guys the best way to go ahead and do both sides. However, once we get kind of in the midsection, that's where we start to run into those differences, but after that it's pretty much all the same on both sides. Also, one thing I want to mention too, last thing I promise, is we will be doing both the landed and in-flight in this tutorial. So if you do want to build the landed version, you do need to make sure that you take something into account real quick. Now, if you're building this in-flight, you can completely disregard this information as it doesn't really matter. But if you do want to build this landed, you will need to make sure that you build this first layer here, layer number 3, 2 blocks above the ground level. I guess actually technically 3. But you can see here we have 2 blocks of space represented by this red wool between this and the ground level here represented by this line of black concrete. So very important to make sure that that's correct. Go ahead and just take a moment, make sure you have the right height off the ground, and just place down a yellow concrete block. And that'll pretty much get us started. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into building it. To start off with, we're going to have a yellow concrete block, and we're going to have a birch upside down stair and a birch topside coming off that, going toward the front there. From this, we're going to go back from this yellow concrete block, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 yellow concrete blocks, so you should have a total of 6 going back from this birchwood stair. We're going to go ahead and then place down a shulker box, and we want to make sure that the shulker box here, that's yellow, is upside down so that we have the top of the shulker box facing downward like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a yellow concrete block, and then another shulker box in the same configuration like so. From this point here, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 yellow concrete blocks, and a birchwood upside down stair there on the very end. Go ahead and double check the count, and we have 11 blocks and our birchwood upside down stair there on the rear. With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and then go to our sides now and start working our way toward the sides of the fuselage. So for this, we're going to go ahead and go to this birchwood stair up here at the front of the fuselage. We're going to place down a upside down birch stair coming off of it. We also want to place down a block above this space here, and we're going to place down an end rod on the bottom of the block going down like that, and then we can just very simply delete this yellow concrete block for now. Once we get to this point, we're going to take our yellow concrete, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 yellow concrete blocks back, and we're going to go ahead and place down a yellow shulker box on the bottom of this concrete block like so. From this, we're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 yellow concrete blocks back, a birchwood upside down stair like so, and then a birch top slab like that on the end. And then we just want to place down 2 birchwood trapdoors, come off this birchwood upside down stair like that on the very tail there to finish that off. With that all done, we're going to go ahead and go back up to our front here. We're going to go to the second yellow concrete block back. We're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair, followed by a birchwood upside down corner stair coming off of it like so. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 yellow concrete blocks back. And then we're going to take our sandstone walls and place down 1, 2, and 3 sandstone walls like that along the side here. Now over here on the right side, we're going to take our stone buttons, and on the last 4 yellow concrete blocks, we're going to be placing down some birchwood buttons like that. We also want to go ahead and go to the front here, and right after this corner stair, we're going to place down a birchwood button on the side of this yellow concrete block. And same thing over here, so birchwood button right there. However, when we get to this section, we're going to have 1, 2, and 3 birchwood buttons, and this is going to be on the right side of the fuselage and the right side only. Again, the left side here will have the 4 buttons, right side here will have only the 3. We're going to go and then grab ourselves a skeleton skull, and we're going to place down a skeleton skull on this yellow concrete block here, and also on this middle sandstone wall here on the end, like so. And this will be basically for a little kind of rail that runs across here, kind of a step before going into the door that would be positioned right here. And once we have that all done there, that is pretty much good for this layer, or basically for the fuselage. We do have to add on the kind of section here, those little pods here for the landing gear. Now for this, real simply, the best way to go ahead and do this is we're going to be going ahead and going to our 50 yellow concrete block from the sandstone wall. We're going to build a block out to the side, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a sandstone wall like so. Delete that first block so we have a block of space between the sandstone wall and the fuselage. Coming off the sandstone wall, we're going to place down a yellow concrete block over and another sandstone wall coming off of it. We then want to go ahead and go forward from the yellow concrete block, 1 and 2 black concrete blocks, another brick wall to both sides, and another brick upside down stair, again to both sides like that. After that's done, come off the black concrete block, we're going to place down another brick upside down stair, another brick top slab, and a dark oak wood trapdoor on both sides of this upside down another brick stair. And once you have that all done, basically we should have something that looks like this from the top down. Obviously take what we did on the right side here, flip it over to the left side, and your layer will look like this once you have both sides over, or transferred over and completed. Anyways, that right there is going to finish off layer number 3 for the build, and with that, let's go ahead and move into our bottom layers, layers 1 and 2. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next set of layers, we have layers 1 and 2. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom here of the fuselage, and we're going to start off by going ahead and going to these end rods, and we're going to place down an iron bar that goes down, going from each of these end rods. We're going to go ahead and then place down an end rod, coming off these 2 yellow concrete blocks, and in the middle space here, we're going to place down a birchwood button, and make sure the birchwood button is facing this direction and not that direction. You want it like this. We're going to go ahead and then place down a second birchwood button back, followed by another brick wall. From this, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 5 of birchwood buttons across, like so. Coming off this middle birch button, we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to go 6 birchwood buttons back, so a total of 6 back. We also want to place down a birchwood button on these 2 shulker boxes, like that to both sides. From this point here, we're going to go ahead and take our birchwood buttons, we're going to place down a row of 5 of birchwood buttons across. We're going to go ahead and place down an additional birchwood button back, like so, in the middle, followed by another brick wall, followed by 1 and 2 birchwood buttons, a birchwood slab, and come off the birchwood slab, we're going to place down a end rod. We then want to finish this off by placing down 1 and 2 more birchwood buttons back, like so. Now on the very tail here, we're going to get into our landing gear. So for this rear wheel, we're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair like so, a lever coming off the back of the stair, flick downwards like so, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a birchwood fence gate that we're going to have opened up toward the rear here, so coming off this lever like this. And then coming off the birchwood fence gate, we're going to place down a block of coal. Now on both sides of the block of coal, we're going to place down a birchwood button, and we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame and also a yellow stained glass pane. We're going to place down an item frame and a yellow stained glass pane in the item frame like this for the kind of rim there for the wheel. One thing also is some versions of Minecraft do not allow you to put the item frame with the button on the same side of the block. If that's the case, just go ahead and delete the button and do the item frame. That will work best, or you can just place down the birchwood button, whichever you prefer and think looks best in your opinion. Anyways, that's right there is what we have going on for the bottom here. We do also have one thing to add on. Now on the side here, this right side, we have our skeleton skulls. We're going to drop down from these skeleton skulls, and we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate on both sides here. We're going to then open the fence gate up to be opened up toward the inside of the fuselage, so like so. And then in the space in between these fence gates, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods, and we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 4 of end rods across like that to connect those 2 birchwood fence gates together like so. And that right there is going to be this little rail here I was talking about early on, and that's only on the right side of the fuselage, and again the right side only, so don't worry about it being on the left side. But once that's done, looking at from above here, we should have something that looks like this for the vehicle so far. And obviously the bottom, which we've worked on the most, this is what your bottom of the fuselage should look like. And let me go and move this black concrete here so you can get a better view. But yeah, it should look something just like this. Pretty straightforward stuff there. That's it for layers 1 and 2. With that, let's move into layer number 4. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started for the build here, we're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood upside down stair coming off this birchwood top slab here in the very front. Going back to the sides here of this birchwood upside down stair to place down a birchwood corner stair, followed by a yellow concrete block back like that to the side. We then want to place down another birchwood upside down stair like this, coming off the side, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 yellow concrete blocks back, just like that. After that's done, we're going to then place down a sandstone wall. And on the inside here, the sandstone wall, we're going to place down 1 and 2 yellow concrete blocks, and then a birchwood upside down stair like so. Coming off the back of the birchwood stair, we're going to place down a yellow concrete block here in the middle, and a second concrete block back, and we're going to then place down a yellow carpet on top of those 2 birchwood trapdoors. Once that's all complete, it's pretty much up to us now to add the details here to the fuselage. And real simple over here on the right side, real simple, we're just going to place down a birchwood button going up from this one, so on this yellow concrete block, and we're also going to place down a birchwood button here on this first yellow concrete block, so one on the first and one on the fourth one back, just like that. So real simple there. And over here on this side, we're going to basically repeat the same thing, so birchwood button here and one on the fourth one as well, just like that. And as for everything else, there really isn't anything else that's different between the two sides, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's pretty cool, nice and easy for us for this section here. Anyways, once we get to this point, we will be going ahead and also building more of the extension out here for these little pods. And for this, real simply, we're going to go ahead and go to the 5th and 6th yellow concrete blocks from the front here. We're going to place down 2 birchwood top slabs coming off of those. We then want to go ahead and place down another brick, upside down stair like that, coming off this forward birch top slab. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a black concrete block coming off the back of the stair, and another brick upside down stair over here to this side. Once that's done, we're going to place down another black concrete block here in the middle, another brick wall to both sides, and a row 3 of yellow concrete across just like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down another yellow concrete block in the middle, sandstone wall to both sides, and a yellow concrete block back again as well. We're also going to go ahead and grab a skeleton skull, and on top of these 2 narrow brick walls here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull just like that. And this right here is what your pod should look like. One last thing to add on is a birchwood top slab coming off the yellow or the black concrete block there in the middle toward the front there. And that's what your pod here should look like from the side, and a top-down view. So pretty straightforward, and that right there is going to complete what we have for layer 4. Let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row 3 of yellow concrete on top of these 3 upside down birchwood stairs on the front here. We're going to go ahead and then go to the yellow concrete block here on the side, and we're going to place down 2 black concrete blocks back, followed by 2 narrow brick walls here coming off those 2 black concrete blocks. After that, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 yellow concrete blocks back. We're also going to be going ahead and taking our birch buttons, and we're going to place down a birch button that goes up from this, or not from this one, but from this yellow concrete block. So it's going to go up like that, and the same thing will be done over here on this side. Once that's all complete there, we're going to go ahead and then go back to this section here in the back. We're going to place down a black concrete block, and then coming off of it, we're going to place down a total of 1 and 2 narrow brick walls like this. And on the inside here, the narrow brick walls, we're going to place down 2 black concrete blocks and a wither skeleton skull like that, coming off this narrow brick wall like that. After that, coming off this black concrete block, we're going to place down a yellow concrete block, a blue concrete block, and then a birchwood upside down stair. On the back behind the stair, we're going to place down a yellow concrete block, and then coming off the yellow concrete block, we're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair, and a birchwood top slab in the middle, and then coming off this upside down stair to the side, we're going to place down a birch top slab like that. We also want to go ahead and skip a space and place a block above, and we're going to have this end rod on the bottom of this block coming down like so, and then we can delete those blocks there on the back like that. Anyways, once that's all done, we also want to go ahead and do the lettering here on the side, so RAF and rescue. Now for this, I will be linking a tutorial down in the description, which will show you guys how to make lettered and numbered banners, so you can go ahead and put a unit number somewhere on the aircraft if you want to, and you can also watch the tutorial and learn how to make these banners. Real simple, you just want to have a yellow background for the banner and your letters in black. It's really straightforward, and again, that video will be linked down in the description, so you can go ahead and watch it and be able to make your own banners. But basically, you want to have an R, A, and F, and you're going to be positioning your banners R, A, and F along the side here, so they read left to right, and over here on this side, R, A, F. Then you also want to go ahead and make the letters R, E, S, C, and U. And we're going to be going ahead and making the rescue writing here on the side. So for the rescue writing, it starts off going to this yellow concrete block. We have the R, E, S, C, U, and E. So we have rescue here written on the side of the aircraft, and over here on this side, RESCUE. So real simple there. Just go ahead and watch that tutorial, make those banners, and once you have those done, you guys can come back over the tutorial, and we'll keep on working for this layer. But anyways, once you have those banners built on and it's good to go, we're going to go ahead and then take our yellow carpet and replace down 2 yellow carpets on top of those 2 birchwood top slabs. We also want to grab end rods and come off these 2 yellow concrete blocks right here. After the yellow carpet, we're going to place down 2 end rods come off the side there like so. With that complete, we're going to go and then take our yellow concrete, some birchwood stairs and slabs, and we're going to start by placing a birchwood stair on top of the birchwood slab, and we're going to place down 2 yellow concrete blocks back from it. We then want to place down a birchwood stair here to both sides of this yellow concrete block, and then a birch corner stair coming off those 2 stairs. From that, we're going to go and then take our birchwood slabs, we're going to go back 1 and 2 birchwood slabs, just like that. And with that all done, that will complete the sides here, those little pods, and with that we have everything complete for layer number 5. For that, that's going to complete layer 5. Let's move on to our next layer, layer number 6. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 6. Now you guys remember when I told you guys that we're going to start to get into differences about the midsection of the tutorial? Well, this is where this is going to start to come into play. So the left side here of the aircraft is going to be different from the right side, so just make sure you pay close attention to what we're doing on both sides, and should be fine getting through this tutorial. Anyways, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be placing down another brick stair here on the middle yellow concrete block here in the front, followed by another brick corner stair to both sides of it. We then want to go ahead and go back from the nether brick stairs, and we're going to place down a row 3 of light gray stained glass, and we're going to then place down a second row 3 of light gray stained glass. After that, we want to go and then place down a light gray stained glass pane coming off this light gray stained glass block to the side here, and another brick stair just like that. From that, going back from the nether brick stair, we're going to place down a yellow concrete block, a birchwood stair, and a second birchwood stair facing the stairs, or facing the stair like that. Then on the inside here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 light gray concrete, or light gray stained glass blocks, just like that. Or sorry, my bad. Completely disregard. So after this nether brick stair here, over here on the left side, so I recommend making sure that you have both sides the same here for the front. Over here on the left side, we're going to go ahead and cover how to do this side first. So we're going to start off by placing a yellow concrete block, a birchwood button coming off the side of it. We're then going to place down 2 birchwood stairs facing each other like so, and light gray stained glass on the inside here to make them kind of closed off and look like a window. We then want to place down a yellow concrete block, followed by a birchwood button on the side, a second yellow concrete block, 2 black concrete blocks, a light gray stained glass block, a yellow concrete block, a light gray stained glass block, a row of 2 concrete, or yellow concrete, and then a birchwood button. We're then going to place down a stripped birchwood log on its side with a stone button coming off the side of it. And then we want to place down 3 more yellow concrete blocks back with a birchwood button on the last block like so. And that right there will basically be how we do the left side here along the fuselage. Over here, the right side, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go and take our yellow concrete, we're going to place down 1 and 2 yellow concrete blocks, followed by a birchwood button on the first block. We then want to place down a white concrete block, and then a yellow concrete block. We're going to also place down a second yellow concrete block, and on this first one here, we're going to place down a birchwood button. Over here on this side, we're going to go and place down a light gray stained glass block in the space here, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 yellow concrete blocks back. Above the space over here at the top of the E, we're going to place down a birchwood button. We then want to place down a birchwood stair like this to both sides here, and on the inside here, we're going to place down a row of 2 light gray stained glass. We're going to go and then take our yellow concrete and go back 1 and 2 yellow concrete blocks, and then a birchwood button here on the second yellow concrete block like that. So that's how both sides should be. Here's a little bit of a look basically on the differences here on both sides, so make sure that both sides are correct and accurately different from each other. So again, here's a bit of a view for you guys. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then continue on. Now when we get to this point here, basically what we do on one side is going to be the same on the other side. So this whole back section here, the whole tail is the same on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and place down a black concrete block, followed by a light gray stained glass block, and then we're going to go and place down another brick wall. Now once that's done, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block coming off this one here to the side, and a light gray stained glass pane coming off both sides of this light gray stained glass block that sticks out. From this nether brick wall, we're going to go in with a black concrete block. We then want to place down a blue concrete block back, followed by a white concrete block and a nether blue concrete block. And then we're going to go ahead and place down 2 nether brick walls back. On the inside here, these 2 nether brick walls, we're going to place down 2 yellow concrete blocks, a third one that sticks out past this birchwood top slab like so, a birchwood upside down stair, and a birchwood top slab. We then want to go and skip a space from the top slab here, place down a block up above, and place down an end rod that comes down like so. And again, everything we did over here on the right side is the same over here on the left side. One thing also to add on is we do want to place down an acacia wood button here on the white concrete block there in the center. And anyways, that right there is going to complete what we have for the fuselage. One last thing is on these pods here to the side, we're going to place down a sandstone wall on top of this yellow concrete block, and that's going to be the same thing there for both sides. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 6. With that, let's move into our next layer, layer number 7. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 7. For layer 7, to go ahead and get started with here, we'll be going ahead and going to the front. We're going to place down a row 3 of light gray stained glass blocks on top of this first row 3. We then want to place down a second row 3 of light gray stained glass blocks back, and then an additional third row like this. So you have basically a 3x3 square here of light gray stained glass. From this, we're going to then go to the sides. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 light gray stained glass panes on the sides here of these 3 light gray stained glass blocks. After that, we're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair. We're going to be going ahead and now focus our attention here to the left side. Now on the left side, we're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair, followed by a second upside down stair facing it, so we create kind of a squared window here. And behind it, we're going to place down 2 light gray stained glass blocks. We then want to place down a yellow concrete block back, birchwood button on the side, 2 black concrete blocks, a yellow concrete block, a birchwood top slab behind the birchwood top slab, a light gray stained glass block, a yellow concrete block with an end rod coming off of it to the side, a birchwood top slab, a light gray stained glass block behind it, a yellow concrete block, stone button on the side, 1 and 2 more yellow concrete blocks back, a stripped birchwood log sideways with a stone button on the side of it, and then 2 yellow concrete blocks back, followed by a end rod coming off the last yellow concrete block. And that right there is the left side, like so. Over here for the right side, again, it being a little bit different, we're going to take our yellow concrete, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 yellow concrete blocks along the side here. We're going to go ahead and also place down a birchwood button that goes up and it's on this third yellow concrete block like so. We're then going to place down a birchwood top slab back like so, followed by a light gray stained glass block on the inside here. And then we're going to take our yellow concrete and we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 yellow concrete blocks, followed by a birchwood upside down stair, and another stair facing it like so. And on the inside here behind these stairs, we're going to place down 2 light gray stained glass blocks to create another squared off window. Now in this section here, we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves some fence gates. We're going to be going ahead and placing down a fence gate, which is going to be coming off of this. It's going to be coming off of this yellow concrete block here, and we're going to have it opened like so. And then we want to place down additional 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these back like so, just like that. And actually, we're going to go and go 5 and 6 birchwood fence gates back. So you have a total of 6 of these standard fence gates, and you have the one that's opened up like so. And also on this yellow concrete block here, we're going to place down a end rod coming off it to the side. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our yellow concrete. We're going to go and go back 1 and 2 yellow concrete blocks. A birchwood fence gate opened up on the first one, and then an end rod coming off the second one. From this point here, basically anything we do on the right side here is the same over on the left side, so we're back to being symmetrical on both sides. But again, here's a look at what the two sides look like being different from each other. Again, pretty straightforward. Here's a side view, the right side, and over here on the left side. So pretty straightforward. When we get to this section here, we're going to place down a nether brick stair like this, followed by a stair coming off of it like that. And we're also going to place down a wither skeleton skull coming off this nether brick stair just like that. We then want to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of this nether brick wall here at a very slight angle, so about a 30-degree angle. And we're going to then place down a black concrete block here on the inside. We're going to place down a yellow concrete block, followed by a blue concrete block, and then we want to place down 2 birchwood stairs. On the inside here, these 2 birchwood stairs, we're going to place down 2 yellow concrete blocks here in the middle, followed by an additional 2 yellow concrete blocks to go back, so a total of 4. We're also going to have sandstone walls on the sides of these 2 yellow concrete blocks that do stick out toward the back. We then want to place down 2 red concrete blocks on top of this birchwood upside down stair and top slab. We're going to go and then place down a yellow concrete block with a stone button that is going to be on both sides. And we're going to place down a birchwood upside down stair, which should be on top of this end rod. One thing we're also going to do is we're going to go back from the birchwood stair, and then we're going to go over and we're going to place down a nether brick upside down stair facing this direction like so, and that's going to be over here to the left side of the fuselage and the left side only. Once you have that all complete, here's what your layer should look like from up above here, so pretty straightforward stuff. One thing we also want to add is a sandstone wall that comes up from this one and goes in toward the fuselage at an angle like so. Anyways, that right there is going to complete layer number 7 for the build. With that, let's move into layer number 8. Alright guys, going ahead and move into our next layer, we have layer number 8. So for layer 8, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to take our light gray stained glass. We're going to place down a row of 3 light gray stained glass planes on the first row of 3 light gray stained glass full blocks. We then want to place down 2 rows of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks going back from those 3 light gray stained glass panes. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then go to the sides here, these 2 rows of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks. We're going to place down 2 light gray stained glass panes to the side. After that, we're going to take our birchwood stairs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birchwood stairs back. We're going to go ahead and then take our birchwood slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 birchwood slabs back, followed by 1, 2, 3 yellow carpets back. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and then go to our center light gray stained glass block. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 yellow concrete blocks back from that middle light gray stained glass blocks down the center here. Where they're going to place down a birchwood slab to the side of this yellow concrete block on the end here, followed by a birchwood stair, birchwood corner stair, yellow concrete block, birchwood stair coming off it, so this one's a corner stair and a regular stair, followed by 1, 2 more stairs, so you have a row of 3, and then a corner stair like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 yellow concrete blocks. After that's all done, we're going to go ahead and then go back here, and after this yellow concrete block, we're going to place down a birchwood slab, a nether brick stair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 birchwood slabs, a birchwood stair, yellow concrete block, and a nether birchwood upside down stair. Now over here to the left side only, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off of this birch upside down stair, followed by another brick wall on top of this nether brick upside down stair, and then we want to place down 2 nether brick stairs with a space of 1 in between them and this nether brick wall, with their backs facing toward the wall, like so, for our tail rotor. And with that out of the way, that is pretty much that. One last thing to go ahead and add on is we're going to go ahead and keep going up at an angle here with our support here, and we're going to connect this up to this birchwood stair right there. Anyways, once you guys have that all done, that is going to do it there for layer number 8. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 9. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 9. For layer 9, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a yellow carpet on top of the center light gray stained glass block, followed by a birchwood slab back from it. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yellow concrete blocks, a black concrete block, yellow concrete block, and a nether brick stair like so. Going ahead and go into the sides here, we're going to place down a birchwood stair coming off this yellow concrete block to both sides, followed by yellow concrete block back, a red concrete block, yellow concrete, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 black concrete blocks, a nether brick wall, and then a sandstone wall. And then we're going to take a birchwood trapdoor and we're going to place it down on the side here of this nether brick stair and close it up like so. Once that's all done, again going to the sides here, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate coming off the birchwood stair like so, and then we're going to place down a sandstone wall that comes up and connects to this yellow concrete block like that. And also we're going to place down a stone button coming off the side of this red concrete block like so. After that, going back to this section here, we're going to go a total of 4 spaces back from this nether brick stair, so 1, 2, 3, and our 4th space, we're going to place down a black concrete block, followed by another brick wall coming off all 4 sides of the block, and then in the corners here on the corner stairs, we're going to place down nether brick, wither skeleton skulls at about a 45-degree angle, actually exactly a 45-degree angle, so something like this here. After that's done, on top of this nether brick stair, we're going to place down a nether brick wall. And then for the back here, the tail rotor, we're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick birchwood stair on top of this yellow concrete block, a yellow concrete block coming off the back of the birchwood stair, and a birchwood upside down stair like that. After that, coming off the yellow concrete block, we're going to place down a stone brick wall, a dark oak wood sign on both sides of the wall, a black concrete block, and then a nether brick wall coming off both sides of that black concrete block. And that's right there, we'll finish our tail rotor over here on the left side, and with that, we'll basically finish that up there. I do believe that we do have a little bit of something we can do, and this for the horizontal stabilizer. And basically for this, we're going to go ahead and go to this upside down stair here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 birchwood trapdoors to the side, and then come off this yellow concrete block here. We're going to place down 2. So that right there will be for the horizontal stabilizer there around on the back. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 9 of the build. With that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 10. Okay guys, so real quick before we move on to layer 10, I want to make a quick addition to layer 9 and actually fix this area. So we actually are supposed to be putting these birchwood trapdoors actually in the layer number 7 for it. So I'm going to go and delete these trapdoors real quick and position where they're actually supposed to be positioned. So they should be positioned here where this upside down stair is. So it should be 1, 2, 3, and 4 birchwood trapdoors out, and then right here 1 and 2, just like that. After that is done, we're going to go ahead and then take our birchwood slabs and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 on top of those birchwood trapdoors. We're going to go and then go in this space right here in the corner. We're going to go and grab a skeleton skull, and we're going to place down a skeleton skull at a slight angle here on top of this block and delete it like that. And that right there will be your horizontal stabilizer across the side there, and that's how that should be. Anyways, that right there will wrap it up. Let's go ahead and move into layer 10. Alright guys, moving into layer 10. For layer 10 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go on top of this birchwood slab. Now we have this birchwood slab, there's also supposed to be a nether brick slab on the side of it, so I did forget to include that. Just make sure there is a nether brick slab on both sides of this birchwood slab. Anyways, on top of the birchwood slab, we're going to place down a black concrete block and come off the black concrete block toward the front side. We're going to be placing down a ladder like so. After that, we're going to go and then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow concrete blocks, a black concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 yellow concrete blocks back like so. And then going out to the sides, we're going to go to this black concrete block, place down one on the side, ladder to the side, and then another black concrete block back. On the side of these 2 black concrete blocks, we're going to have 2 ladders as well. From this, we're going to go ahead and take our sandstone walls. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 sandstone walls on the side here, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 birchwood signs just like that, followed by a black concrete block to both sides. We're going to go then place down another brick wall, followed by another black concrete block, and then a birchwood stair, and then a sandstone wall, just like that. After that's done, that's going to complete that section there, and we're going to now move back to this section. We're going to place down a black concrete block on top of this one right here, and we're going to then place down a wither skeleton skull to all 4 sides coming off this block like that. And then continuing to the back here for our tail rotor, we're going to place down a nether brick wall on top of this black concrete block, and then going up from these nether brick walls here up at an angle, we're going to place down 2 upside down nether brick stairs just like that, and there's a space of 1 in between them and the nether brick upside down, or the nether brick wall. And then also on top here of this yellow concrete block, we're going to place down a birchwood slab, a yellow carpet on top of this birchwood upside down stair, and a nether brick fence key on top of this stone brick wall, opened up facing toward it like that. And that right there will basically complete your tail rotor and all of that. So with that out of the way, that is going to complete layer 10. Let's move into layer 11. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, layer number 11. For layer 11 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row 3 of rails across these 3 black concrete blocks. Going back from there, we're going to place down a row 3 of daylight detectors. From this, we're going to place down 2 yellow carpets, going back, followed by 3 birchwood slabs, a anvil, and then 2 birchwood slabs. To the sides here, on top of this sandstone wall, we're going to place down a yellow carpet, followed by 1 and 2 birchwood trapdoors back, and then 1 and 2 birchwood slabs back like so, and that will complete this forward section here. Also, one thing I want to add, come off this black concrete block, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull to both sides, just like that. And that right there is going to do it for the front there. Moving toward the back, the only thing we have to do here is to place down a nether brick stair on top of this nether brick wall, facing that direction, like so. So really straightforward there and simple. And that right there will complete basically the fuselage of the helicopter, the Sea King. We're going to go ahead and now move into basically doing the rotors, and when it comes down to doing the rotors, it kind of depends on what you guys are going for. So if you want the in-flight version, we have a different set of rotors for it compared to that of the landed version, as you can see, which also has a different set. So I will be covering both of those. We're going to start off with building the rotors in the kind of in-flight configuration. I'll be putting a timestamp on screen now. For those of you that want to build this landed, you can go and skip straight ahead to building the wheels and then building the kind of weighted rotors as well. So I'll be putting a timestamp on screen now. You can go ahead and skip ahead to that. But if you're building the in-flight version, then just go ahead and stick on. We're going to go ahead and move on to building the in-flight rotor configuration now. Alright guys, so going ahead and getting started with these rotors. Now the thing that sucks about these is that they are pretty much, each rotor is different in its own way, so we kind of have to do every single rotor individually, which kind of sucks, kind of doesn't. It's whatever really, but it is kind of lame. But for us to go ahead and get started, again, this is the in-flight version of the aircraft, so again, yeah, if you are building this landed, you may not want to be using these rotors. You'll be wanting to use the weighted ones if the rotors are not in motion. Anyways, for us to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall on top of this anvil, like so. And then on top of that, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a yellow concrete block. Coming off of all four sides of this yellow concrete block, we're going to have a birchwood slab. And we then want to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull, which is going to be in the corners here wrapped around. So for this, we're just going to be using a standard skeleton skull. And we're going to put it at a 45-degree angle here in all the corners all the way around, like that. And then we can go and delete the blocks here. And we have basically the top there, and now it's time to add the rotors on themselves. So to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and needing to use nether brick slabs. That's what we'll be using for the majority of this. We're going to start off by going ahead and going to the cobblestone wall. Now, just a quick note, you can change the direction of these no matter whichever way you want. I'm just going to be building exactly how I have this one over here, but you can have this one that goes straight out like this, going toward the back, or you can have it going to the side. You don't really have to do exactly the same thing I did over there, but just for sake of keeping symmetry between these two builds, I'm going to be doing the same thing. To start off with, we're going to go to this cobblestone wall. We're going to place down a row of 21 nether brick top slabs going off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 nether brick top slabs like that. Now once that's complete, we want to go ahead and then go to our third nether brick slab to the side here. And actually, let me just go ahead and double check here. It's actually going to be our fourth one forward. So we have 1, 2, 3. It's our fourth one forward. And we're going to have a row of what is going to be 10 nether brick slabs. So we're going to go to our fourth one. So 1, 2, 3, and our fourth one here. We're going to go and drop down and place down a nether brick slab. Now going from this nether brick slab, we're going to go ahead and go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in total, we should have a total of 10 nether brick slabs like that. We then want to go up to a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nether brick top slabs. And that right there is going to do it for our blade going toward the front. Now for our blades to the sides here, we're going to go to this cobblestone wall. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out to the side. And I'm going to go and just double check my work. Never hurts to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yep, 5. And then we're going to basically do the same rows going like this all the way up to the side. So rows of 4. So you have a row of 5. We're going to go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And we should have a total of one more row 4. So going forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So looking at this, we should have a total of 5, and then 4, 4, 4, and 4. So you want to take a moment there and go ahead and do that. Now the thing is, we can also take this same design and copy it over to the air side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, I have it copied over to the air side as well. So we basically have this set up on both sides. Now for the right side here, we're going to be going ahead and starting with this. Now for this side, what we want to do is, since we have the angle of it, so we have the slab going down, we want to start from this point here. So for this, we're going to drop down from these two nether brick slabs and these two nether brick top slabs. We're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs like so. We then want to go ahead and go over. We're going to place down a row of nether brick slabs following this outline here. We're going to go and do it again on the side here. And then by the time we get to our last 2 rows of 4, we're going to have it even with it. So just like that. And we should have a look that looks just like this here for the blade to the right. And over here to the left, we're going to go ahead and do basically the same thing. However, we're going to have it this time on this side, the way to look. So as you can see, we have this tilt that's going to be facing the same direction all the way around, or would be facing the same direction. So we're going to go ahead and build it on this side here, and in this space we're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs. We're going to go ahead and do a row of 4, and then we're going to go up to this level, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So again, really straightforward. You can see how we're kind of forming that around like so. Now, once that's all complete, we are going to go ahead and now move on to the rear ones. I guess so moving into the rear ones. Now, the rear ones are a little bit more tricky to do. They're not as bad, but they're definitely have a little bit of a challenge to them. To start off with, we're going to place down a nether brick top slab, come off this cobblestone wall. We're then going to go and go over and back 2 nether brick top slabs, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. And that right there should be the correct spot. Yep, it sure is. So in total, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of these rows of 2. So you can kind of split it up into sections. So we have the 1 and then the 2. And then you can kind of split that up. So we have the 1, the 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we have that repeating pattern a total of 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to go ahead and go over to the other side here, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and just go along the side here, just like this. Again, doing the same pattern all the way back. So it's pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. And our last one, like so. Now, once we have that done, we can go ahead and then take our nether brick slabs and go to town with those. So to start off our nether brick slabs, we're going to be going ahead and starting off at this nether brick slab right here. Now this we're going to go and drop down with a nether brick slab, and this is on the left side. We're going to go and start off by placing down a slab like so. Then we want to go and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go and then do 1. And we're going to go and stop at this section right here. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then we're going to go and go to our slabs at the top height, just like that, all the way back. So just like this for this blade. And then our next blade in this section here, we're going to go ahead and go down from this nether brick top slab. We're going to place down a nether brick slab, 2 nether brick slabs, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. So just like we did on the other side there. And then we want to go and then do a second row along the ones like that. Alright guys, so real quick before we go and wrap up the rotors for the in-flight version, I do want to add on one thing. Now, we did nether brick just straight across for these rotors, but there's actually supposed to be a bit of polished andesite in the connecting portions here, so I do want to go and add those. Basically for this, real simply, we're just going to be adding polished andesite top slabs to the first 3 nether brick top slabs that come off for each one of these rotors, or these kind of blades out to the sides here, and it just creates a nice kind of color, kind of breaks up the nether brick, and also is a little more accurate to the actual build, where the kind of like a more metal type connection piece to these actual blades. So we're just going to be doing that for the first 3 top slabs that come off from that cobblestone wall, and you'll sure get a design that looks something like this from above. Anyways, that's it for this little addition. Let's go and continue on with the video. And basically we should get something that looks just like this here for our rotors. It's pretty much the best design you could really come up with for the size that we're building these and the scale and all that stuff, and trying to do kind of a 5-bladed type design can be definitely a little tricky. But I do think this is probably one of the best designs you're going to get for it. But yeah, that's it for the in-flight version for the helicopter. I think it looks really sweet, and it's definitely going to be a really cool addition to any kind of maybe rescue scenes or coastal RAF bases. Anyways, that's it for the in-flight version. For some reason, if you're sticking around, we're going to move into the in-flight version for it and show how to do the landing gear and also how to do the weighted rotors as well. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our landed version for the aircraft. Now, to go ahead and begin with, we're going ahead and covering the rotors to begin with. So for our rotors here, real simply, we're going to go to the sand door to place down a cobblestone wall on top of it, followed by a yellow concrete block, and then coming off of all four sides of the yellow concrete block, we're going to place down some birchwood slabs, just like that. We then want to go ahead and go to these corner spaces, and in these corner spaces, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a skeleton skull at a 45-degree angle here in all the corners, like so. And once we have that complete there, that right there will create basically this little top portion here for the helicopter. Now, when that's all done, we're going to be going ahead and now moving into basically doing our rotor blades here. So rotor blades, as you can see, they are weighted, so they do kind of droop down a little bit, and that is accurate to how the helicopter blades would actually be for the landed version. So we're going to go ahead and move into doing those weighted blades now. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the blades. As you can see, I went ahead and set out basically the skeleton of the blades here, and I'm going to go ahead and basically cover each one and how to basically do it. Now, to begin with, we're going to be going ahead and starting off with the one that sticks out here toward the front, and these can be rotated in any position you want. So if you want the straight one out to this side, you can do so. It just kind of depends on what you're trying to go for, but we're just going to have it like this so it matches my model over there. Anyways, to begin with, we're going to place down a row 3 of the polished andesite top slabs coming off this cobblestone wall. We're then going to place down 4 nether brick top slabs. We're going to drop down, place down a row of 6 nether brick half slabs. Coming off those 6 nether brick half slabs, we're going to place down 2 dark oak with trapdoors. We're going to drop it down again, place down a row of 4 nether brick top slabs on the bottom here, 2 of which are underneath these 2 dark oak with trapdoors. We're going to drop down again, place down 2 nether brick top slabs. And we're going to drop down again and place down there 2 nether brick top slabs down just like that. So looking from the side here, you should have something that looks just like this here for the blade. Now with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and now work our way to the ones on the sides here. Now for these, we only really need to do one, because basically you're going to be taking the same thing and just copying it over to the other side. So for this blade here, we're going to go and do the one to the right. We're going to place down 3 polished andesite top slabs, followed by 2 nether brick top slabs. We're going to go and then go forward, place down 2 nether brick top slabs like so, coming off this one at an angle, 2 nether brick slabs. We're going to go and go forward at an angle, place down a row of 4 nether brick slabs. We're going to go forward and drop down, place down a nether brick top slab, followed by making this a row of 4, and then on top of the first 2 ones here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak with trapdoors. We then want to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to go diagonal and down, place down 2 nether brick slabs, and we're going to go from these 2 nether brick slabs down with 2 nether brick top slabs like so. And that right there will basically make your rotors here, or your basically kind of like the stem, I guess you can say, of the blades there to the 2 sides. Now the one's going back here at an angle. We're going to start off by going ahead and go to this nether brick slab. We're going to place down a nether brick slab. We're going to place down a polished andesite top slab, followed by 2 that come off to the side here. We're then going to place down 1 top slab, 2 top slabs, 1 top slab. We're going to go over an angle, drop down, place down 2 half slabs, 1 half slab, 2 half slabs, 1 half slab. We're going to drop down again, go over at an angle, place down 2 top slabs, some nether brick, 2 dark oak with trapdoors on top of them. From these 2 top slabs, we're going to go over, place down 1 nether brick top slab, go over again, place down 1 nether brick top slab, drop down, place down a nether brick slab, a nether brick slab from this one over an angle, and then 2 nether brick slabs that come down from an angle from this one like that. So you should have something that looks like this here for the blade here. And in total, there should be 7 of these rows of 1 and then 2. So 1, 2, that counts as 1. So we have 1 section, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of those. So make sure that is correct, and you're going to transfer the same design over here to the other side. So just doing basically the reverse, so kind of like a mirror image, and you should have something that looks like this here for the spines here for these rotors. Now once we get to this point now, it's up to us to go ahead and basically expand upon them by adding in nether brick slabs and stuff like that to kind of create a little bit more of a, you know, bladed type look to them. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and now move into doing our little additions to make the blade a little bit thicker and adding that extra little bit of shaping to them. Alright guys, so going ahead and getting started. Now for these blades, we're going to start off by going ahead and going to the first one here. We're going to go to this first nether brick top slab here, we're going to drop down with another brick, half slab like so. And we're going to go ahead and run these nether brick half slabs like this, going all the way along the side here, until we get to this point right here. Now, or sorry, my bad, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to run a row of 3, or sorry, row of 4 along the side here, then we're going to go and drop down with a top slab. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 top slabs like that across. After that, we're going to go and then place down 2 nether brick top slabs down right here, and 2 just like that. So kind of continuing that pattern there. And we can also go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on top of these 2 nether brick top slabs there. And so we should get something that looks like that there for the forward blade. Now to the one to the side, so we're going to go ahead and go to the left side. We're going to go ahead and go down from this nether brick top slab. We're going to place down a nether brick slab, followed by 1, and then we're going to go in at an angle here, place down 1, 2. We're going to go and drop down, place down a nether brick top slab like so, followed by a second one after it. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 4 of slabs along here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at this point here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 along the same level as this right here, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're also going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors right there as well. So basically, you get something that looks just like that, and that's going to do it here for this one to the left. Now the one to the right here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down our nether brick slabs on this side. So we're going to go down from this section here, we're going to place down 2 top slabs, followed by, or sorry, 2 half slabs, followed by another 2 half slabs, like so. And we're going to go and drop down and place down another 2 top slabs, and then a row of 4 of top slabs like that. Coming off these 4 slabs right here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and dark oak wood trapdoors on the first 2. And then 2 also come off these 2 slabs, so just like that. And that right there will make your right side rotor like that complete. Now when it comes to the back ones here, we want to go ahead and basically start off by going ahead and going to this nether brick slab. We're going to go and drop down from it, and just to kind of note where we are on the right side diagonal. We're going to place down a nether brick slab like this, 1 back, 2, 1 over like this, and then we're going to drop down, place down a nether brick, I believe this is a nether brick top slab, followed by a second one out to the side, nether brick top slab, 2 nether brick top slabs, and then 1 like that. And then when we get to the section here, we're going to place down 2 slabs come off this, slab come off this, slab, 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 and 2 slabs. And we're going to go to these 2 top slabs here and place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on top of them. After that, we want to go and then go over to this side, and we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. So this time we're going to be going to do the inside. So we're going to go down from this nether brick slab with a top slab. We're going to then place down 2 half slabs, 1 half slab. We're going to go and then drop down to a top slab here. Actually, one quick moment here. Yeah, so right here we do have to do something a tiny bit different. So we're going to go and place down a top slab like this, and then we're going to go and drop it down to a top slab. Actually, a half slab and then a top slab like so. So it should be like this in this corner. We're going to go and then place down a half slab here, 1, 2 half slabs, and then 1, 2, and then we're just going to place down 1 top slab, cut off these ones all the way on the side here, all the way like that to connect up. And we can also place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on top of these 2 nether brick top slabs like that. And once you have that done, that is going to pretty much complete your rotors for the landed version. You have a way to look to them and all that fun stuff. Pretty straightforward, and with that, that's going to wrap up the rotors. Let's go ahead and move into the landing gear and having that extended for you guys. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into putting the landing gear on. Now the landing gear is really simple. All we're going to be doing here is going to these pods here, and we're going to start off by going ahead and deleting this nether brick top slab. So we're going to delete this nether brick top slab here, and in its place we're going to place down a stone brick wall. And then going down from the stone brick wall, we want to go ahead and then place down a additional stone brick wall that goes down like this. And then on the very bottom of it, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab. Now coming off the stone brick wall here toward the front, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. And then coming off the stone brick top slab here to both sides, we're going to place down a nether brick upside down stair, a stair on top of that upside down stair, and then 2 stairs on the back here to go and make those 2 wheels. After that's all complete, we're going to then go off this stone brick wall. We're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. We're going to go then delete this nether brick stair here, and we're going to place down a bend rod in its place just like that. Also on the inside here, we can go ahead and replace this yellow concrete block with a stone brick upside down stair like so. And then in this section here, we can also place down a stone brick upside down stair instead of that um, black concrete block. And once you have that done, that is pretty much all there really is to adding the landing gear on. You're going to do the same thing over here to this side, and you will have both your landing wheels set up for the aircraft, and you'll have something that looks just like this for the aircraft. Anyways, that right there is going to pretty much wrap up my landed version of the Sea King HAR.3, and with that, that will complete the tutorial altogether for this helicopter. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using it on the world, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be linked from the side of the build, to link to my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter BrickBros2016 for making this tutorial possible. And as always, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description. And that, again, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been great to do before, and I'll see you guys next time.